welcome back to the Journey to the FarLands. All right. Okay, let's bust out of here. Make sure there's nobody unpleasant about. Block off the hidey hole. Locate west, which is apparently this way. And get moving. Onwards to the FarLands. All right. Okay, here we are. This is the 286th Minecraft day since leaving spawn. And the world size is now 3,592.76 megabytes in size. That's awesome. Almost getting close to that 4 gigabyte mark. Very cool. And in fact, it is only 407.24 megabytes away from 4 gigabytes. That is cool. All right. And as a matter of fact, by my estimation, we should achieve that size in just a little over 10 or 11 episodes. Not bad. All right. We're progressing here. Having a pretty good day. As a matter of fact, it's quite warm today. It's, I believe, in the low 60s right now, which for February is kind of on the warm side in Arkansas in February. Definitely. Of course, we are on the way. This part of Arkansas is well on the way towards going on record with the warmest February in like probably the last 20 or 30 years. There's been several 70-degree days, a bunch of 60-degree days, or somewhere in the 60s, you know, and pretty good. It's been a lot easier to deal with than recent Februaries in which it has been so cold that all you can do is put on 3 or 4 layers of clothing and then add a big heavy coat and gloves to that and crawl under covers on top of that and hope that it warms up eventually. It's been nice. And there's certainly no arguing with that. The only hitch in that get along is exactly what does this spell in terms of what we're going to face in the coming summer months. This is not something that I'm looking forward to finding out. Because with a warm winter like this, we could be in for one nasty, hot, sticky summer. I'm very thankful that I have an air conditioner that works. Yeah, because I have a feeling that in the coming summer, it may be working overtime. There we go. Yeah. So, what's going on today? I don't know, honestly. I managed to actually, would you believe, oversleep. Actually slept quite late today. And that's unusual for me. You see, I have had a thing in the last probably 20 years or thereabouts in which, generally speaking, for the most part, I sleep for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and then I'm up for at least an hour before I can go back to sleep and try to do it again. And recently somebody mentioned a suggestion of melatonin supplement. Melatonin being one of those things that it gets in the brain and it tells the brain, hey, you're tired, it's time to sleep, or something basically roughly like that. And I went looking in Walmart a month or so ago, and I found some. It was actually reasonably inexpensive, so I got a bottle of it. And I have found that yes, it is helping me to sleep better. To sleep for longer periods of time. Not too super long. I'm still kind of tending towards the 2 hours at a time thing, but I seem to be getting a little bit more rest in the time that I do sleep. So that's good. As a matter of fact, I've come to the conclusion that I don't dare take that stuff very frequently. Because if I were to take that on a daily basis or a nightly basis, you're supposed to wait until like a half an hour before you're ready to go to sleep, before you're going to try to go to sleep or something like that. If I were to take that on a nightly basis, I think I would very quickly reach the point where I would be sleeping for most of the time. Most of the day, most of the night, I would spend most of my life asleep. And that just isn't going to cut it. So what I've done is I've actually dialed it back. No more than once a week do I take that. Which means that little bottle should probably last me quite a long time. But yeah, it does seem to be helping. And I'll go along with that. A well-spent $4.50, I think it was. It's being effective, and rest is being had, so that's great. I'm all about that. I just don't dare get into taking it on a daily basis because, oh man, I'd sleep my life away. Oh boy. But it's good that there is a lot more rest being had. Most of the time. There are still some restless, sleepless times going on. Let's see. I might as well grab some more wool, since it's right here walking around. Oh, quite a bit of it walking around. Good. And I could stand to get a couple or three logs. Mostly I need the wool. Yeah. Shut up and give it up. Come on. You too. And you, and then we'll just get moving. All right. And that mute moment is happening. Ah, better. Only a brief pausing. But okay. Not bad, not a bad day. Let's get across this thing. Well, let's see. What's been going on? Okay, the adventures that I have been having in my efforts to get somewhere in poker, I have had one of the worst runs in quite a while. Like, for example, in the month of January, I did okay. I ran deep in quite a number of tournaments, finishing in the top 50 in a lot, and in the top 30 in several, and I even about like 8 or 9 times finishing in the top 20. So I was doing pretty good. And of course in January I did actually cash in 4 tournaments. And a little bit of quick math shows that in January, having played 288 tournaments, I cashed 1 in 72. Not exactly super fantastic, but it's better than a blank, you know? But February has proven to be less than ideal. Thus far in February, I have played in, let's see, 102 tournaments. And of that 102, I cashed in precisely 0. As a matter of fact, out of that 102 tournaments, I have not even finished in the top 100 even once. And I won't even begin to tell you or guess at the number of times that I was eliminated in the first 30 minutes of a tournament. And it's almost always a case of, I played the hand right, it's just that somebody else had it better. You know how it is. The operation was a success, but the patient died. You know, that kind of thing. It's I played it right. I did the right move in each step of the hand. It's just that it turned out the other guy had better. It's a little frustrating, and it got to where my attitude was getting really, really, really bad. And so, a few days ago, I decided I was going to take a week off. And that means I am not even looking at a poker tournament until Saturday the 4th of March at the earliest. And even then, I think I'm going to not try to play as many as I possibly can. Just only play when I'm feeling good, when I'm well rested, not hurting, when my attitude is positive, you know, that sort of thing. Because you get in there in a negative attitude, and next thing you know, you take a bad beat, but you're not quite out. And that's when you start making crazy bets and whatnot, and nuking yourself just in the pure frustration. It leads you to turn really super loose aggressive, and super loose aggressive, especially early on, is going to get you out. And oh boy, thumbnail. Yeah. That looks great. That is cool. Epic Desert. And then, of course, we have our traditional floating sand. Let's head down over here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on there. And I think that's going to do me a lot better. Get away from it. You know how it is. You're having a bad time with something, and it's driving you nuts, and it's giving you a worse and worse attitude. The thing to do is, if at all possible, lay it down. Walk away from it. Get away from it for a while, and do something else. Let your head clear. Get feeling good, and don't get into it again until you can do so with a positive attitude. Because a negative attitude is just going to make you miserable. Trust me, I know. I've been there many, many times. Anyhow, I am also in that point right now, in terms of the Journey to the FarLands, where if it is at all possible, so long as I can maintain some kind of commentary, conversation, talk, question answering, or opinion ranting, or whatever, for long enough period of time to actually record an episode out of it, that hopefully people will watch instead of looking at it and going, what is this idiot talking about, and clicking off. Because I want to make the big push to get to that point where we reach yon live stream of F3-ness. And yes, I agree with those in the comments recently, where I recently asked about what you would call that stream. I agree. Live stream of F3-ness has kind of grown on me as well. So that's what it is. That is what it's going to be. The live stream of F3-ness, wherein we talk and we chat and we walk through Minecraft towards the FarLands for some good long length of time, which is yet to be determined, and probably won't be set in stone to be any one particular thing. And at the end of that time, we ceremoniously locate a suitably epic bit of terrain and decide that such and such is the spot where we're going to do it, and climb up onto that spot and hit F3 for the first time. And then we get to know, whoa. Yeah, we get to know, whoa. You walk right up to that sheer cliff there. Yeah. Well, how about instead come over here and kind of stair-step down, and we can use this tree to get down the rest of the way. There we go. There. That's the wood I needed. I don't think I want any of those. All right. Well, here we go. All right. I also noticed that there were some interesting guesses as to... See, one of the things I had recently asked is, how far do you think that I've come towards the FarLands? What do you think that F3 number is going to be? And, of course, the winner in that little contest being the individual who comes closest without going over. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of interesting, because there was at least two that had to guess at somewhere over 1 million. And that's a long ways. I don't know if I've gone that far. It doesn't, I don't know. I suppose it's possible, but that's a long way. 1 million blocks. You know what that is? That's 1,000 kilometers. 1 million blocks is 1,000 kilometers. All right, let's get out a boat. Yeah, might actually get somewhere. All right. So I don't know about 1,000 kilometers, because this is like episode 97. To go 1,000 kilometers in 97 episodes, I would have to have, I can't even begin to say. It would have to be like, what, 10,000 blocks an episode? Somehow, I kind of doubt that. It would be cool if it did work out to that or come out to be that. But I am not holding it out to actually. I'm not actually expecting it to be that high. You know, 300,000, 400,000 I can see. I'm not sure. But I'd probably guess like 300,000 or 400,000. If I had to guess right now, that's probably what I would guess. But then again, I haven't really gone and worked out the math and so on either. There was another individual. I'm sorry, sir, your name has escaped me right now, but names do that. They escape me very often. Don't take it personally. He had a pretty good, what looked like a pretty good guess, supported by math and some reasonable assumptions about how fast, well, we know how fast you walk in this game. In vanilla Minecraft, and especially in beta 1.7.3, where there is no such thing as sprinting, you know the base walking speed. You can look it up on the wiki. It's 4.3 or whatever blocks per second. And I need an elevated sleeping position that is not going to be attacked, and I need it soon. Ah, here we are. You beats you. Yeah. And plunk. And here we go. All right. Got there before the full dark. Okay, and let's move. Okay, well, you know, there's something else. I started to say something about it at the end of, or towards the end of last episode, and that is the food thing. I have got a bowl and a stack of, well, not a full stack, a partial stack of red mushrooms, a partial stack of brown mushrooms, and anytime I need to eat, I use the mushroom stew that I have, and then I stop somewhere where I can put up a crafting table and make another one. But basically this means I have 3 inventory slots tied up for my food situation. I think maybe it might be an idea, and perhaps this can happen during the live stream of F3ness, is to maybe even stop somewhere for a little while and do a bit of farming. Not a whole lot, but a bit. And then switch over to simply carrying 1 stack of wheat and 1 or 2 bits of bread, or even just 1. That reduces, and then get rid of the mushrooms in the bowl. That reduces the food-bearing inventory to 2 slots instead of 3. And really, how often do I need to eat? Not very. Not very at often. At all. At often? What do we got here? There we go. Okay, so I may do that. Might be a good idea. I don't know. If you have a thought on the subject, do feel free to contribute. Because, yeah, inquiring minds want to know. Okay. Let's see, getting down towards the, well, let's see, late morning on day 3. Need to start thinking about yon overnight hidey hole thing. Some nice terrain here. Forest, but not too super thick. Not so thick that you can't see what's going on. Not so thick that it gets totally dark. Although there are ominous openings of doom that I am not going to explore. Because one of the cool things about this thing is going this long in Minecraft without having ever died. You know, that is always cool. Let's see. It looks like I'm going to be climbing over some stuff here. Well, now, how about that? A tree growing right up into the terrain. How about this? Yeah. And over and down and on. Okay. Stop doing that. Jeez. You're just talking about never having died, and then you go and jump off a damn doggone cliff and risk making a corpse of yourself. Of course, I know, one heart does not make you a corpse. But it's the idea. Unnecessary damage is unnecessary. Or, to quote somebody who once said, doing stupid things is stupid. Shut up, cow. Alright. Looks like another ocean coming up. With some ice in it, no less. And a pretty good sized beach that apparently connects all the way over to here so I can walk it instead of swimming it. Yeah, great. Alrighty. Yeah. Some frozen ocean and frozen snow-covered lands here. Tundra beach or something, maybe, I don't know. In any event, pretty cool. Oh boy. Yeah, it's a good thing we're getting towards the end of the episode because my my talk seems to have run a little bit dry and not great. I would take the frozen ocean part, but we're getting towards so I need to start looking for a hidey hole. Otherwise, getting out on that ocean would actually be preferred because walking over the ice is nice and easy, fairly quick, and mobs can't spawn on ice. Let's see here. Somewhere over this way, perhaps the other side of this hill. Or maybe over over here. Let's see. Okay. Holding shift, not control. Alright, I will throw the gravel away. I don't really want it. And we'll just dig in here. And dig that back another one. Alright, here we are. The end of another episode. And we got that much closer to that goal. And I'm going to bring this back. The 3x3 just seems a little bit claustrophobic to me. And so, there. I'm going to start making these 4x3, I think. Alright, let's get some boats and beds made. Okay. And the beds. Alright. Well, here we are, the end of another episode. Be sure to stop by TinFoilChef.com, where you can use a widget there to... Oh, I've got too much of something here. Alright, there we go. And, alright. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here just as soon as it lets me sleep. Looks like about 2 more clock ticks. Just as soon as that black line is vertical all the way to the top. 1 more. There we go. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm out of here.